What is postcolonialism? What is postcolonialism? This question opens a door to understanding the lasting effects of colonialism on societies around the world. Postcolonialism is an intellectual framework that examines how colonial power dynamics continue to shape various aspects of life in former colonies. It looks closely at the economic, social, political, and cultural structures that remains influenced by colonial rule, even after it has officially ended. At the heart of postcolonialism is the idea that colonialism was not just about politics or culture. It was deeply linked to the rise and spread of global capitalism. Colonial powers treated colonized regions as sources of raw materials, cheap labor, and markets for their manufactured goods. This often led to economic dependencies that favored extractive industries over local development. For instance, in Egypt, colonial rule shifted the economy towards cotton production, which benefited British textile industries while undermining local food production. Postcolonial theory highlights that the wealth and income inequality we see today are rooted in these historical patterns of exploitation. The racial and social hierarchies established during colonial times still impact property relations and labor markets. This means that the poverty experienced in many formerly colonized countries cannot be fully understood without considering the colonial legacy that is embedded in current capitalist relations. Moreover, postcolonialism challenges mainstream economic theories that often overlook the colonial context. It points out that capitalism's growth historically relied on the extraction of resources and the control of racialized populations. Formerly colonized societies are now navigating their roles within global capitalism. Some are developing forms of post-colonial capitalism that reflected both their historical subordination and new economic strategies. Understanding post-colonialism through the lens of capitalism involves recognizing how income inequality and wealth distribution today are shaped by colonial histories. This awareness can inform policies aimed at addressing poverty and economic dependency. It encourages looking at structural imbalances rooted in colonial exploitation rather than treating these issues as isolated problems. Key concepts related to post-colonialism include the colonial legacy, which refers to the lasting economic, social, and political effects of colonial rule. Dependency describes how former colonies often remain economically reliant on their former colonizers. Dispossession is the process by which colonized peoples lost control over their land and resources. Racialized capitalism connects the development of capitalism to the racial hierarchies established during colonialism. Finally, post-colonial capitalism refers to the economic systems in formerly colonized countries that reflected both the continuation and transformation of colonial capitalist relations. Postcolonialism reveals how the histories of colonialism and capitalism are interconnected, influencing current patterns of poverty, inequality, and global economic relations. Understanding this connection is essential for addressing the ongoing economic challenges faced by post-colonial societies.